Hey guys, it's me, Broken Plank, and I'm just kind of wanted to come on here and give you guys my first impressions on Escape from Tarkov Arena now that it's, we got to give it a shot. I was just at TwitchCon recently, so I was really hyped to kind of get to meet Nikita and try out Escape from Tarkov for the first time. And so I kind of just wanted to give you guys some basic thoughts and some first impressions on, what we got to see and what we got to actually play. First of all, I just want to start by saying, of course, Escape from Tarkov is just one of my favorite games of all time. I've got about 2,200 hours in it. I'm not good by any chance, but at the same time, the longer you play something like this, you start to pick up a few things. And so when we talk about Escape from Tarkov Arena, there's so many things on here that are so similar and feel good, but I just feel so different at the same time. One of the best things I think about it is that you really do have to continue to slow down and enjoy that pacing of Tarkov, but with all the fun of the fights, you never have to feel like you're gonna, lose all of your gear. And so getting to actually go and play against other people and things was a huge thing for me. It was 5v5, and the game mode we got to play was a traditional last man standing on each side of the team wins the round. So if I got 5 kills, they got 5 kills. With the center point being this flag, and if you held the point long enough, you'd win as well. So there is some strategy involved. One thing I do really enjoy is that if you do die, you do get to spectate, unlike traditional Tarkov where you don't get that kind of option. And even the spectating was cool with simple transitions between, each person looks like a body cam where it does static real quick. Going into, Arena, one of the biggest things I was worried about was how are they going to keep that Tarkov feel of like I'm accidentally going to shoot my teammate, or am I going to fight an enemy? And one of the things they did well was they took their armband idea from traditional Escape from Tarkov, and they actually just decided to say fuck it, and they added a second one. So now each person has 2 armbands per team. So if you got a red armband and you're on the red team, you'll notice. If you got a blue armband, you will be able to see it. Multiple times throughout the game, I almost shot my teammate, and so it was really interesting to feel that kind of same, like, is this my friend or is this my enemy again? It's a big thing that I really like. I'm interested to see how character progression goes for both games. I don't know how it's going to carry over. I haven't really looked into a lot of the features that way. I know that money will transfer over as well, so I think in a way you'll be able to use money and abilities you've gained throughout playing for Arena, which I think is super cool. One of the ways that I think this is really cool that kind of sticks to the Tarkov roots while still being a really fun multiplayer is that you do get to choose to spawn in with health items. You still have to bandage, you still have to use an IFAK or an AFAK. And even things like adrenaline now feel like they have so much more use than just an escape scenario. I was popping the adrenaline at the beginning of each round every time just to get a little bit of a head start. But I was seeing players using like Zegostin or whatever, Zegostin? The purple stim. They were using that mid-fight, and I was surprised. Flash grenades are in. Flash grenades we got to use. I was throwing those at people. But the plethora of different loadouts and presets that they showed us was super cool, from things like DMR scouts to just Saigas with drum mags. We saw a ton of cool options, and I'm wondering if we're going to get to create our own custom ones, or if we're going to have a large preset. I think meta is going to be a huge thing here, between like metagame of like what item is good and what's not. I hope to see the use of things like the TX-15 in long-range battles. We got to play on the aircraft carrier level, the airport, as I'm just going to call it terminal because this is as close as we get. But hearing the Russian countdown as the doors open for the first time is so cool, and getting to jump through the gates and you go straight into it. My biggest complaint, I think, so far is that you really do have to slow down if you want to be good. And that's not always a bad thing. But it's just another thing to think about. Like, we can't play this like a Call of Duty, and you can't play it like a CSGO waiting around corners. There's footsteps involved, and there's tons of different, guns to choose from to choose your play style. I'm excited to see the gameplay styling of Tarkov be a little bit shaken up. I love the ability to play this a little bit more competitively. I think it's going to bring a better audience for the people who feel a little bit stained or a little bit discouraged to continue to play Tarkov with wipes and losing all your gear every time you die. This gives us that gameplay and that gunplay that we've been missing the whole time while we've been trying to, play Tarkov. I think it's going to bring a lot more people. I kind of wish I would have chosen a better gun. I will say that. The gun that I ended up using was not my favorite. I used the HK, which has high recoil, and everybody else seemed to have been playing with like DMRs or like farther range weapons, something a little more all around. So I ended up getting into situations where I was trying to shoot and I'd get my shot, but the high recoil just wouldn't do it for me. I'm excited to see what they do with other maps as well. I think that giving us maps kind of in the same setting is really nice. I'm excited to see what other game modes they're gonna have. I'm hoping we get some, you know, some stylings of search and destroy, or we get something along the lines of just straight up deathmatch. I think it'd be a lot of fun to play on you know, large team battles, but also I'm loving this 5v5 setup. If they even just keep this for a while, if they do seasons of gameplay for this, I'm gonna try my best to do, you know, competitive with it. But yeah, I think those are my ramblings of the first my first time getting to actually play Escape from Tarkov Arena. I got to meet Nikita and thank him for making my favorite game. I hope this is a little bit of just some gameplay footage for you to check out, and thanks for watching. Catch me on stream. I'll be playing a lot of Tarkov and EFT going forward, and same with Arena, and I'll see you guys on stream. Peace. Run that outro.